Have you ever found yourself sitting alone, lost in thought, wondering, does she like me? Sometimes figuring out if a woman is into you can feel like a tricky puzzle set by fate. All the self-help books in the world, and yet things still seem unclear. Sound familiar? You are not alone. We are not going to bombard you with a convoluted policy or intricate formulas in this video. But on the contrary, we are going to guide you through Stoicism, a philosophy that believes in simplicity and transparency. Believe it or not, knowing when a woman likes you and is being flirty with you doesn't have to be complex. Let's see how you can learn to identify these signs, both easily and clearly without going crazy with the futility that is speculation. In the spirit of Stoic philosophy, let's face the world with clarity and patience. Here are 10 secret signs behind smiles and glances. So if you're wondering whether there's more to a woman who knits her brow or looks over your shoulder with prying eyes by mistake, come into these. Before that, though, I would love you guys to just like the video and subscribe if you're new. Stay tuned because each one is important and will potentially resonate with you in a different way. Alright, let's begin. Number 1. Intense eye contact. But isn't it enchanting when you find someone glued to their eyes on you longer than needed? The same can be said about human interactions where an eye contact is a very powerful way of expressing emotions, especially if these may involve your feelings being swayed for someone. A Stoic is trained to examine our impressions and respond with reason in the place of emotion. So let's explore this common yet intriguing phenomenon. Intense eye contact, particularly when it comes from someone who might find you attractive, is not just a casual glance, it's a significant nonverbal cue. When a woman is interested in you, her eyes tend to linger on you more than might seem coincidental. Imagine you're in a crowded room buzzing with conversation and laughter, yet her gaze finds a path to yours. This deliberate eye contact is a subtle yet potent form of communication, essentially her way of flirting without saying a word. For Stoics, recognizing this would mean understanding the cue calmly and responding wisely rather than impulsively. Consider a few everyday scenarios. You're sitting in a cozy cafe, immersed in a book, and when you look up, there's an engaging stare from someone across the room that seems to draw you in. Or at a social gathering, you notice amidst the noise and movement that she repeatedly meets your eyes with a smile. These aren't mere coincidences, but signals of interest and affection. Historically, and across many cultures, sustained eye contact has been recognized as a sign of affection, interest, and intimacy. It's how human beings have silently communicated their feelings long before words are exchanged. In the philosophy of Stoicism, we might see this as an impression, an indication of something significant that demands a thoughtful and composed response. If you practice Stoicism, you might analyze this interaction calmly, seeing her gaze as an invitation to possibly engage in a deeper connection. It's essential to approach such situations with the clarity and peace that Stoicism promotes, recognizing the potential for a meaningful interaction while maintaining your equanimity. So when someone gives you a long, meaningful look, they might be flirting. It's her way of signaling interest, perhaps a gentle prompt that she would like to get to know you better. Such moments are right for the Stoic practice of thoughtful engagement, seeing the opportunity in the impression, and responding not just with your emotions but with reasoned consideration. Number 2. Mirroring your gestures. In the world of Stoicism, we're encouraged to be observant and deliberate about our interactions, understanding the deeper meanings behind simple actions. So, recognizing that someone is mirroring your behavior can be a giveaway when it comes to spotting the signs of attraction. Mirroring is the behavior in which one person subconsciously imitates the gesture, speech pattern of another. This is often a sign of rapport and can significantly increase feelings of attraction. This can be a very powerful way to communicate without words, and when it is done subtly, it may even suggest that you are attracted with someone. Here are some common examples. Now visualize that, say at a casual get-together with buddies, and each time you look over her way she is already staring back. Or perhaps during a conversation, she leans in every time you do, reflecting your posture and engagement. Have you ever adjusted your hair or straightened your clothes and seen her do something similar almost immediately afterward? And those small nods when you nod during a discussion. Yes, these are all instances of mirroring. In Stoic terms, we might interpret this behavior as an alignment of inner attitudes expressed through physical actions. It's fascinating because it not only shows potential attraction but also psychological alignment. Stoicism teaches us the value of harmony in relationships, and mirroring can be a subconscious testament to this harmony. Moreover, research suggests that the more time people spend together, the more their habits and behaviors begin to align. This isn't just about physical gestures. It extends to matching each other's pace and volume in conversation, and even using similar vocabulary. It's a sign of increasing compatibility and comfort with one another. Keep this in mind. Although opposites might be drawn to each other, it's often the things we have in common and the actions we share that build stronger connections. Pay attention to these small signs. They could be giving you valuable insights into your relationships and connections without you even knowing. Maybe if you notice someone copying what you do next time, it could be the beginning of a deeper bond or a new friendship. Number 3. Countless compliments. You know, men particularly enjoy receiving compliments from women. It gives them a real confidence boost. Kind of a verbal high five. Keep it up. But when it comes from someone you may have a romantic interest in, there are other things involved. Therefore, if a woman likes you, she will demonstrate it through compliments. This is not for the sake of being polite. This is a tactic just shy of straight-up flirting, but really damn effective. This is one of the ways she flirts. If suddenly you get all these words that "you look so good," and etc., well, it's about your character or sense of humor or how you do stuff. This means flirting, not simply to be polite, but to let you know she does find you attractive and wants both come together. You know, like when you nail the presentation in work and she says you have a way with words, you know. It's very impressive. Or maybe you're hosting a mutual friend's backyard barbecue when she observes. You make everyone feel so comfortable. These compliments are not your run-of-the-mill observations. They work as signals of her interest and appreciation. In Stoicism, one way to reflect on giving and receiving compliments is as a kind of training in directing not only our emotions, but those of other people. Stoicism teaches not to get attached to external validations, but only respect them so far as they are warranted. Our self-appreciation check prevents our compliment of why compliments make us feel good to further neutralize them with, as we accept these intentions behind it, and not allow for others' thoughts cloud ours. Content flattery, for more than stroking an ego, it is the door prior to disclosure. When a woman pays compliment to man, it more than just paying lip service. It's her showing how much she respects and admires him as well. She's laying things out on the table. And that transparency can be so refreshing, not to mention motivating. The next time someone compliments you, take a moment to really take it in. Consider why they said it and what it means. Whether it's just a nice moment or could lead to something more. Remember that compliments are a great way people show they appreciate and connect with each other. Number 4. Curiosity. Have you noticed how inquisitive someone can become when they're attracted to you? It's a universal sign, easy to recognize if you're paying attention. Women, often lauded for their perceptive and inquisitive natures, really dive deep when they're interested in someone. This curiosity is their way of exploring the world of the person who has caught their eye. It's not just casual chit-chat. It's a meaningful exploration driven by genuine interest. Anytime a woman starts asking you about your history, what your life is like now, what do you dream for the future, or even if she asks where would you want to take her on a date, this isn't small talk. It's clear that she is interested in you. And what makes you click? Well, let's just say you're getting together for a casual coffee date and she starts asking about what your career goals are, or more subtly, questions like, do you hiking anything? Or perhaps during a group outing, she inquires about your family or where you grew up. These aren't random questions. They are deliberate attempts to understand you better. And if she goes a step further to ask if you're single or subtly probes to see if there's someone special in your life, that's even more indicative of her interest. This level of inquiry is a pretty bold move in the flirting playbook. Stoicism, a philosophy that values wisdom and self-control, offers an interesting lens through which to view these interactions. It teaches us to look at how we respond when people ask these questions with a cool head. If we know that these are the questions which hurt us most, in knowing it, our responses become more considerate. But she is also, in a very clever way, sharing her own likes and dislikes when speaking of these things, which means at the same time as chatting away about what you like from your childhood days to more current tastes, etc. This subtle form of broad-type conversation still has an added advantage whereby it allows for checking out that common ground. Whether or not you pick up on those hints, she's putting herself out there for you to show trust and give her the opportunity. In essence, curiosity in the form of questions is not just about gathering information. It's about forming a bond, finding out whether your worlds share the same orbit. Now, when you find yourself in such a conversation, use clarity and composure, which Stoics recommend. Recognize the signs, appreciate the interest, and engage thoughtfully. It's through such sincere exchanges that true connections often begin. Number 5. Playful teasing. Can you recall a time when someone gently teased you in that kind of loving, slightly provocative way? Classic flirting 101. Playful taunting is one of the most traditional, timeless types of flirting childhood memories. Creative Commons, source. Those fun little digs, those naughty comments given a wink and glint in the eye. When a woman teases you, this is her trying to take the pressure off and establish a laid-back fun vibe in your conversation with her. You might be in the middle of a conversation, at an informal social get-together or something similar, and she makes some sort of light-hearted commentary about your vivid t-shirt or how you say a certain word. She makes it to be cheeky and playful, rather than offensive. Banter like this is the epitome of bantering. It builds rapport, can be a bit provocative, and expresses interest without directly going to an invitation. It is her way of saying, "You are safe, and I am testing you to see whether or not you pass my game." They encourage a more fun, lively exchange. And if you respond in turn with your own zinger or clever quip, it leads to an environment that feels much more interactive. As a result, this light mutual harassment can develop that will certainly work for your benefit to create an environment of camaraderie and understanding, which normally results in intimacy. Using the Stoic philosophy, playful teasing is no different to resilience or adaptability. It does me good. It forces me to remain centered, act with patience, and remember not everything is about us. Stoic philosophy has many tools in its toolbox to help take the edge off, lighten it up a bit, and allow us to relate with an open heart rather than as if we are on different teams. Moreover, teasing can reveal a lot about your compatibility. If you find this banter mutually appealing, then that can be taken as a sign of mutual attraction and shared sense of humor. This is one of those things the two do together to sound it out, if they can play with each other and be up against each other's teasing. So the next time someone good-naturedly teases you, rest assured that they most probably like you just as much. Reply confidently, have a good laugh, and see what happens. When it comes to flirting, a little playful teasing can be incredibly effective in bonding and creating chemistry during the dance of courtship. Number 6. Texting first. In this digital age today, texting is the more common way of communication when it comes to flirting and dating. Therefore, if she texts first, a woman kind of says that you are quite interesting. It's her way of touching base, demonstrating to you that she is on your mind, and just keeping the conversation moving. You are having a hectic lifestyle, working for the success or performing any chore, then suddenly you feel your phone vibrates in your pocket, and there she is. Maybe she is asking how your day went, or sharing a joke she saw that made her laugh as it reminded her of you. These are not random texts. They mean she is reaching out to stay in touch and hold on to you. Taking the initiative to text first breaks the traditional dating norms, where men often were expected to make the first move. It demonstrates interest, self-assurance, and she is obviously taking pleasure in what you fellows have so much that her way of suggesting it back through your relationship. A good morning text or a late-night chat is her way of making sure the two of you continue to be in each other's life. However, as Stoics who strive to live mindfully and intentionally, we ought to acknowledge that these are acts of kindness. When someone makes the effort to connect, it is an invitation, a moment for connection and thoughtful engagement. Stoicism shows us how to see the intention behind that message and prioritize inquiring about it over simply treating it like another text. Also, if she texts you a lot or in certain tone of voice that can tell you about his feelings too. Once again, if she is chasing you down by texting daily with lots of personal details and casual emojis/affectionate language, then this all means genuine interest in her part. Notice those subtleties and reciprocate, letting her know she is as important to you. Therefore, when you receive that random message from the man you've been seeing, take one breath and see it as he is trying to get out of his comfort zone, so show interest back. It's a small but significant step in building a deeper connection and understanding between you. Number 7. Physical proximity. Among the best predictors of attraction and interest, proximity. When a girl likes you, she will try to be close to you in any way that she can, both emotionally and physically. It means more than just getting closer physically, but by coming into your area of life and sharing moments and experiences even further. But picture this: you're at a party and there are other free seats. She decides to sit beside you instead. Or you in a group conversation and she comes closer, bending down to better hear or share an inside joke. This is her nonverbal way of communicating that she wants to be near you, showing you how close and connected she feels. When it comes to Stoicism, I am drawing on the principle of recognition. Stoicism focuses on paying attention to the present, including such subtle things as signs. In this case, it is a person's conduct and relating to me. In fact, people in love and interested in communicating and spending time together create opportunities for this. Literal touch does not literally mean only physically near the other person, but it is creating an excuse for a physical contact. A simple play touch can work wonders on a spouse's arm while he or she is talking. Doing things like nudging you for playing around and even the quickly hug means many to some people. You can create more intimacy and connection with him if you are touching in these ways. Therefore, if you see any woman often coming to your way or spending time with them, it is a green flag. She is not just doing this out of contempt for your bourgeois company, but because she likes you and feels close to you. Enjoy the moments. Take in her presence and see where this closeness will go. Number 8. Remembering small details. Boldest moment. As you remember the smallest details about your life. A woman who remembers the small things you've mentioned has a huge crush on you. It means that she listens, respects what you say, and wants to learn more about you. You said your favorite book, one of your hobbies, or something that happened in a lowercase t.s. writes conversation, and she remembers it later. Maybe she knows what coffee you drink, the first thing with your pet, or something funny about when one time in childhood. These recollections are not just spontaneous, but shown effort to prove she cares and wants you. In the eyes of a Stoic, small things like this are how you practice mindfulness and being present. Through the wisdom of Stoicism, we practice being here and now in our interactions, listening and enjoying at that moment with others. Remembering about us by somebody is just a little of their real interest or likeness for them to understand. Additionally, this alertness cascade can translate into more profound and deliberated relationships as well. If she can remember things about your life, it gives you space to dive a little deeper with one another. This demonstrates you are not just chatting away and shows she strives to know and become closer with who I am. When you do meet somebody that does remember those nuances of your existence, they are interested in and care for you. a sign that they care about your bond with them and want to deepen it. Number 9, making plans together. If a woman is into you, she will make plans with you, plans to meet up whenever and wherever. Puts an effort in setting a time for the two of room put sick together. This is not casual get-togethers. This about putting in the time intentionally and thoughtfully to connect together that create lasting memories. Think about when she invites you to go out for a concert, a movie night, or make plans of visiting the nearby town. And these are not mere activities, but her way of signaling that she wants to be around you, that she likes being with you, and in the process building memories together. From a Stoic outlook, even planning together is an exercise in intentionality and mindfulness. Instead, Stoicism instructs us to live intentionally and deliberately. It is asking only that we take care of the decisions over which we have control, while dedicating ourselves wholly to those for which this particular millisecond is our last opportunity. Planning is a way of proving their intention to get closer and make all those precious moments count. Aside from that, these shared experiences will be the very things that hold you closer and mold your relationship into something more intimate than it ever was. Some of these moments are about discovering uncharted territory, enjoying the things you both find delightful, or allowing each other room to simply exist in silent coexistence. And while they may fade as time pushes forward, so can the strength with which your bond will be forged. If we take the time to outreach to you, consider it a step towards getting your attention as well. Take them, participate fully in them, and see where this shared part of the journey will take you. Number 10, introducing you to her friends and family. When she introduces you to her friends and family, this is one of the most important indicators that a woman likes or loves you. This means a lot and shows you that she appreciates your presence in her life. She will invite you to a family gathering, friends party, or just simply hanging out with her close circle. Actually, they are not casual invitations. They serve as an introduction to her life, expressing that she is proud of the connection between you and willing for significant people in her life to meet you. From the Stoic standpoint, an introduction to friends and family is something of a privilege. Instead, Stoicism offers us a reminder to appreciate the affiliations we already have and to be thoughtful with those related, even one step removed. Connected in any way, shape, or form, or mattering to someone significant. To let you meet the inner circle of someone is one way to say I believe in you and care a lot about it. However, being around her friends and family can provide you with a broader perspective on what she is about, how it affects losers in 2024 and the people adding to your one-night stand. It ranges from how you can get to know her better, until understanding where do you belong in that world. You will also strengthen your relationship as a couple, in addition to learning the ins and outs of her social life. Therefore, as you begin meeting her family and friends, consider it a serious level of importance on the affection scale. Take the chance to know about the significant people in her life, and be grateful for how you are trusted by her so much. Number 11, sharing personal stories. A woman who tells you things that she doesn't share with anyone else is a hint of attraction. These are not just random anecdotes. These were peek and beak into her life, mind and soul. It is a way that she becomes how with you, lets herself be vulnerable, and opens up so you can get to know her. Put yourself in conversation with her. She is sharing a part of her past or mentioning an event that left some kind of impact on well-being and growth. The reason she tells these stories is her way of creating intimacy, showing you who she truly is beyond the facade. On the Stoic front, personal stories are a means to expose vulnerability and authenticity. Stoicism teaches us to internalize and communicate out our experiences in genuinity with people we trust. People who open out and share experiences from their life with you are becoming intimate. In addition, personal anecdotes can help you bond more emotionally. They share insights to her as a person, life, and the type of vibe she transpires. Additionally, they create a space for you to also be able to tell your tales and narrative. This equals collective empathy. Therefore, when a person willingly tells you about something personal, Consider it as an act of care and good intentions. Stories are two-way tender. They require our attention to be known and felt. But perhaps you read them too readily in other people, so this is another opportunity for exchange. Number 12. Complimenting you. Compliments are simple, clear ways of expressing interest and care. She may even say some nice words to you only so that she can make a man feel good about himself. This is not flattery. This actually reflects the kind of appreciation and love that she has. For example, your compliments to your demeanor can reach her. Your sense of fashion, complimenting you on being amusing. Congratulations for success. It could be her way of saying, I see you. You are beautiful and important to me both personally and professionally. From a Stoic perspective, someone giving you a compliment is an occasion to exercise being humble and thankful. Stoicism suggests that we should acknowledge praise graciously. When someone notes something wonderful about us, it is an acknowledgement of our virtue or the hard work it took to achieve it. Critiques are siding with you when you are being challenged. Moreover, compliments can also build your confidence and strengthen your bond. When she acknowledges your positive traits, it creates a positive feedback loop, encouraging you to show more of your authentic self. It also shows that she's paying attention to you and values what she sees. So when someone compliments you, take it as a sign of their interest and affection. Appreciate the compliment, respond with gratitude, and recognize the deeper connection it signifies. Conclusion. Understanding the signs that a woman likes you can be a game changer in building meaningful connections and relationships. From body language and eye contact to remembering small details and making plans together, these signs are her way of showing interest and affection. By approaching these signs with a Stoic mindset, you can appreciate the deeper meanings behind these gestures and engage thoughtfully and intentionally. Stoicism teaches us to be present, to recognize the value of genuine connections, and to respond with grace and authenticity. So, next time you notice these signs, embrace them as opportunities to build a deeper connection. Engage with sincerity, appreciate the interest and affection being shown, and see where these moments can lead. In the dance of flirtation and connection, these signs can guide you towards meaningful and lasting relationships. Thank you for joining me on this enlightening journey where timeless wisdom intersects with our everyday lives. Let's keep discovering and evolving together. For more insights, I encourage you to watch one of the videos recommended on the screen. Until we connect again, remember, the most important journey is the one that takes us inside ourselves. Don't forget to comment, share, and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Your engagement helps us grow and continue to provide valuable insights. See you next time.